Okay, students. So today we are about to discuss the Adventist International School Nigambu, the midterm test paper of grade 10. Okay. So let's go for the first question. Let's go for the first question. They are telling you 8 hours are taken by 3 machines to complete a task. Find the number of hours taken by 4 machines to complete the same task. Okay. Now we have discussed in the theory class that man days. Man multiplied by days is equal to man days. Okay. Now in this question, Putha, they have given 3 machines. Okay. So instead of man here, they are using machines. So man becomes machines, right? Man becomes machines. So the machines is 3, and the number of days that they are taking, now instead of days they have given hours. So days is also they are separate units: days, minutes, hours. So you can put either of the unit to this. So 3 into the hours is 8. So the answer is 24, which is the man days. But in this case, they are asking find the number of hours taken by 4 machines to complete the same task. Now in this case, they are telling instead of the 3 machines, they are using 4 machines, it seems. So they are asking in how many hours will this work be done. So instead of days, you are putting x because you don't know the hour quantity, which is equal to 24, which is the man days. So what you're going to do, divide by 4. So x is equal to 6. This is the time. Now see, normally if you use 3 machines, it takes 8 hours, but if you use 4 machines, you can finish that task within 6 hours. So that is the answer. Second question, they are asking food sufficient for 12 days for 20 cows has been stored in an animal farm. If 4 cows were taken away from the farm, how many days will the food be sufficient? Now in this case, this is also a man days question. Instead of mans, what you are going to put is cows. Okay, instead of man, you are putting cows. These are cows related question, and instead of days, they have given days only. Okay, so they are telling uh, there are 20 cows. It is sufficient for 12 days, it seems. Okay, if 4 cows were taken away from the farm, for how many days will the food be sufficient? That is what they are asking. So see, you know the man and you know the days, so you can calculate the man days, which is 20 times 12. The answer is 240 man days. Okay, now what has happened? They have told that clearly in the question. 4 cows were taken away. After 4 cows have been taken away, the balance cows are 16. No, after 20 minus 4, 16. 16 into days. You don't know how much days will 16 cows will be sufficient for this total number of food, which is 240. You divide by 16, Bhuta. You divide by 16. 16 cancel. So here 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24. So 30 divided by 2, the answer is x is equal to 15. So 16 cows can stay with the food for 15 days. 16 cows for 15 days. So this is the answer. So in the third question, they are telling 5 men can complete 1/4 of a certain task within 4 days. Find the number of days required to complete the same task by 10 men. Okay, now see, what they have clearly given is 5 men can complete 1/4 of a certain task. Okay, so this is also a man days type question. Okay, so 5 men complete 1/4 of a certain task within 4 days. Find number of days required to complete the same task by 10 men. Okay, now this is a very tricky question. In this case, they have given the 5 men. Okay, 5 men, 5, and they are telling they can complete this within 4 days. So 5 times 4, the answer is 20 man days, right? 20 man days. Now 20 man days is there. So 20 man days is the number of man days which is required to complete 1/4 of the work. It is required to complete 1/4 of the work. But in this question, they are telling find the number of days required to complete the same task by 10 men. Okay, 10 men. Now think, now 5 times 4 is 20 men days to complete what fraction of the task, which is 1/4, which is 1/4. Okay, 1/4 of task. Okay, 1/4 of task. Make sure it's 1/4 of task. But now what they are telling, they are hiring 10 men into the business to complete this task more faster. So what you are going to put 10 times x. You don't know the time, but you know the man days, which is 20. So if you divide by 10, x is equal to 2 days. What? 2 days. Clear? Okay. After 2 days, what is happening? This is the number of days which is required to complete 1/4. Okay, that is why I made a square out of this, because 1/4 of this task is completed within 2 days. So to complete this task, the whole task is what? If this is 1/4, how much of 1/4 are needed to make it 1? It is 4, no? There are 4 1/4 in a fraction, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. If you add all 1/4 only, you will get 1. That is the complete task. So the answer is, if you multiply by 4, 2 also you should multiply by 4. So the answer is 8. 8 what? 8 days. So this is the answer of the third question. Okay. We are about to discuss the fourth question now. The amount of food sufficient for 180 soldiers for 8 days has been stored in a certain army camp. Find the total food food amount. Find the total food amount. So here, this is a very simple question. Man into days. Man into days. So instead of man, there are 180 soldiers. You multiply by the days. You multiply by the days, which is 8. If you multiply Putha, you will get the answer 1440. Okay, very easy question. This is the fourth question. Yeah. Let's go to the next question now. Okay. They have given you a pie chart. They have given you a pie chart here in the question. So in the fifth question, this is the pie chart. I will upload the PDF of this midterm test paper in the YouTube description so that you can download it and refer it. Okay. So they have given this is a 90-degree and this is 45-degree. Okay. So they are asking the number which is represented in this pie chart. Okay. So how to do this? You know which is 45-degree. We know the theory part. Okay. The number represented by the angle. This is what we need to calculate. So the angle here is 45 divided by 360. So the total angle is 360. No, 360 is represented by 800. 800. So 0 0 cancels. After 0 0 cancels, Putha, you can cut 45 and 36. You can cut by this. You can cut by 4. 9 times 4 is 36. Here 9 times 5 is 45. So 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So 5 times 2 is 10, and there's another 0. So the answer is 100. So the angle, the number represented by the angle the number is 100. Okay. Now let's go to the next question. The pie chart represents the following out of 60 students. Okay. The other angle is 90. How many students represents? Okay. That is what they're asking in the next second question. In the sixth part. So it's 90-degree. No. Same theory you are going to apply. 90 divided by 360 into Now in this case, what are they telling? It's 60, no? It's 60. So what you're gonna do? 0, 0, you can cancel. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 3 is 36. 60 divided by 3. The answer is 20. Okay. Find the LCM of m squared n and n squared. So how we are gonna do? Break this into two. M squared into n, and n is n squared. So out of this, the highest number you are taking, which is m squared, and here n is there, n squared is there. The highest one is n squared. So the LCM is m squared n squared. Okay. And they have given another number here. I forgot to put it. The next number is 3mn. The next number is 3mn. So you can put 3 times m times n. So you can see clearly m squared and m is there. The highest one is m squared. And here 3 is the only number, you put 3. And here out of this, the highest number is n squared. So you put n squared here. So the final answer is 3m squared n squared. This is the LCM. Let's go to the next question, Pudha. Find the LCM of x squared. This is the 10th question. This is the 10th question. X squared minus x and 1 minus x. Okay. Now in this question, you can see clearly, you can take x out here. 1x is already out, but here you can take 1x common. So what happens if I take an x common out? Here 1x goes out, then you are remaining with x. Here there's only 1x, you take it out, then x minus 1. And then here, hello, yes, ඔයා කතා කරන්නේ ක්ලියර් නෑ, මේ ඩ්‍රයිව් කරන ගමන් ඉන්නේ. පොඩ්ඩක් මේ ස්ටොප් කරලා කතා කරන්න, මට ඇහෙන්නේ නෑ හරියට. So here 1 minus x is there. What you are going to do? Take 1 minus out. You are going to take 1 minus out. If you take 1 minus out, Pudha, what happens is you get x minus 1. Okay. Now see, x times x, you can write it as x squared into x minus 1. And here there is a minus x minus 1. Out of this, x squared is a term which is common to him. So you definitely, for the LCM, you are taking it x squared. Multiply by 1. This term and this term is what? It's common, so you take 1x minus 1 out. But there's a minus which is not common to both. So you are taking it out and getting the LCM as minus x squared, x minus 1. Okay. Let's go to the next question. They're asking to find the LCM. Question number 11. 8, 14, 20. So this, to find the LCM of this, that's easy method. You divide everything by 2. 8 divided by 2, 4. 14 divided by 2, 7. 20 divided by 2, 10. Again you divide by 2, 2, 7, 5. Again you divide by 2, 1, 7, 5. Again you divide by 5, 1, 7, 1. Again you divide by 7, 1, 1, 1. So the LCM is 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 7. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. So 8 times 5 times 7. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 times 7. What is 4 times 7? 4 times 7 is 28. And there's another 0 here. So the LCM is 280. Okay. So let's go to the 12th question also. 12th question. Find the LCM of 24, 36, 48. 24, 36, 48. Divide by 2, 12, 18, 24. So you divide by 2 again. It's 6, 9, 12. Again you divide by 2, 3, 9, 6. Again you divide by 2, 3, 9, 3. Now there is no any number which is divisible by 2, so you divide by 3. 1, 3, 1. Again you divide by 3, 1, 1, 1. So the LCM is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2, 16. You know 3 times 3, it's 9. 16 times 9, if you multiply, you'll get the answer. 9 times 1, 9. 9 plus 5, 144. This is the answer. Okay. Question number 13. Question number 13. Find the LCM of x squared minus 4. And next one, x squared plus 2x. And next one is x squared minus 2x. Sorry, x squared minus x. Okay. Now here you can see x squared minus 4 is difference of two squares. What you're going to do? X squared minus 2 squared. So this can be written as x minus 2, x plus 2. This is difference of two squares we have discussed in the theory class. Now here x squared plus 2x, you can see x is common. You take x out, x plus 2. And you can write x plus 2 as x into x plus 2. Okay, that is also done. Here x squared minus x is there. You can take an x out. If you take an x out, x minus 1. X squared is there, one x is taken out. Here x is there, you take x out. So the answer here is x into x minus 1. So when finding the LCM, here x, you take x out. Here x minus 2 is there, x minus 2, there are only one term. So you take x minus 2 out. This is also done. This is also done. This is also done. And the balance is x plus 2 here, common. You take x plus 2 out. And another one term which is not common to anything, definitely take this out. So this is the final answer. Question number 14 are simple algebraic fractions. It's very easy. So let's go for the question. 5 over x plus 2 over x square. 2 over x square. Now see, the denominator is x square. There's only x here. So what you're going to do? Multiply by x. So you can equal the denominators. So 5 times x is 5x plus 2 divided by x square, because this is the common denominator. Okay. Next fraction, fraction number 15. 2 over 5a plus 1 over 3a. Now you can see clearly 5 and 3 there. 5a doesn't have 3, 3a doesn't have 5. So what you're going to do? Multiply by 3. Multiply by 3. And again, the denominator is there 3a. 3a doesn't have 5. So multiply by 5. So 2 times 3 is 6. 5 times 3 is 15a. Plus 5 over 15a. So 6 plus 5, if you add, you'll get the answer 11 over 15a. Okay. Question number 16. Question number 16. 1 over x plus 1 minus 1 over 1 minus x. This is the question. Now you can clearly see, Pudha, this denominator is not there here and this denominator is not there here. So what you are going to do? Multiply this one by 1 minus x. Make sure when you are multiplying a binomial expression, make sure to put a bracket. Now in the question they have not given the bracket here, but for your easiness, make sure you put this bracket, because if not, you'll get jumbled and make the final answer incorrect, because this bracket should be definitely included. Okay. Now next one, it's minus 1 over 1 minus x multiply by, this one doesn't have this one, so you multiply by x plus 1. Okay, now look carefully, Buddha. 1 times 1 minus x, it's 1 minus x already. Okay, here now see, this is you should multiply this by 1 minus x also on top and the bottom. After multiplying, you'll get a common denominator, which is x plus 1, 1 minus x. Here both has the same common denominator, and here you can see here clearly there's a minus here. Minus 1 times x, it's minus x. Minus 1 times plus 1, again it's minus 1. Now you can clearly see plus 1 and minus 1 cancels. So minus x, if you add, because minus minus same sign adds. So the final answer is minus 2x x plus 1 minus x. That is the answer of the question number 16. Let's go to the next question. Question number 17. 3x over x square plus 2x minus 1 over x. Now when you are approaching this question, make sure you take this x common x out here. 3x divided by, if you take x out, x plus 2 minus 1 over x. Now see, in this type of a question you can see x and x is common, but this one doesn't have x plus 2. So what you are supposed to do is multiply by x plus 2. Multiply by x plus 2. If you multiply by x plus 2, Buddha, what happens? 3x minus 1 times x is minus x. Minus 1 times 2 is minus 2. So divide by x, x plus 2, this is the common denominator. 3x minus x, you'll get the answer 2x minus 2 divided by x, x plus 2. This is the answer of the question number 17. Question number 18. Question number 18. A 40% duty, a 40% duty is imposed when a certain article is imported. The value of article is 37,500. Find the duty that should be paid. Okay. So see, it's a very simple question. We need to find the custom duty. Question number 18, custom duty. The custom duty to be paid. So the value of the product that they have imported is 37,500. So the custom duty that they should pay is 40%, 40 over 100. Two zeros cancel. 375 you should multiply by 4. Let's multiply and see. 5 times 4 20, 7 times 4 28, 28 plus 2 30, 4 times 3 12, 12 plus 3 15. So the answer is 1500, but there's another 0 here. Careful, okay? Make sure to put that 0 because we are not multiplying it by 0, no, we are just multiplying it by 4. This 0 is remaining, so make sure you put 15. After writing 1500, make sure you put 0. So the answer is 15,000. Okay, let's go to the next question. Question number 19. The annual income of a person is 9,50,000. According to the following table, find the income tax he has to pay for a year. Now in this question they have given a table. Okay, in the annual income, the initial income, initial 500,000 is tax free. Then you need not to pay any amount of money. But for the next 500,000 you should definitely pay a 4% tax. Now the total income that is earning is total income that this person is earning is 9,50,000. Now 9,50,000 can be broken into two: 500,000 and 4,50,000. Okay, no, 500 plus 450 you add, you get the answer 9,50,000. Now see, they have clearly given that the initial 500,000 is tax free, so it's 0. But for this balance 4,50,000 you should pay a tax of 4%. So the answer here, the tax to be paid is 4,50,000. You should calculate the percentage, which is 4 over 100. Two zeros cancels. 45 times 4. 45 times 4 you'll get the answer. It's 180, and there are two numbers zeros remaining, so the answer is 18,000. Okay, let's go for the next question then. A man borrowed 50,000 at an annual simple interest rate. Annual simple interest rate of 12%. 12%. Okay. Find the interest he has to pay at the end of the year. Question number 21. Question number 21. So interest to be paid. Interest to be paid. There's equation for this. The interest to be paid is the amount borrowed into the percentage, which is 12%. So the amount borrowed in this question is 50,000 rupees. You find the percentage. 0, 0, two zeros cancel. 5 times 12 you'll get the answer 60. 0, 0. The answer is 6,000. Clear? Okay. We are about to go to the 22nd question. 22nd one. x over 2, x over 2, x over 2, there's a minus sign here, x minus 3 over 4. Now make sure, I told you, when there's a minus sign, make sure to put a bracket so that you will not miss the simplification, because this minus belongs to him as well as him. Okay, now let's go to the question. Now see, the denominator is 4. You can make this 4 by multiplying by 2. X over 2 multiplied by 2 minus x minus 3 divided by 4. So x times 2 is 2x over 4 minus x minus 3. So minus multiplied by x, the answer is 2x minus x, and minus multiplied by minus, the answer is plus 3 divided by 4. 2x minus x, you'll get the answer x plus 3, which is you divide it by 4. This is the final answer. Clear? Okay. But they have equal it to something. Can you see? They have equal it to something. Equal 9. So in this case, you have to find the x. They are not just telling us to simplify. They have given this is equal to 9. So what you are going to do, you can do the cross multiplication or else the butterfly method. Cross multiplication or else the butterfly method. X plus 3 is equal to 4 times 9. See, x plus 3, I have told you in the theory class, the denominator is every time 1. Every time 1. So 4 times 9 is 36. X plus 3 is 36. This 3 is brought to here. X equal 36 minus 3. The answer is 33. Now we are about to go for the 23rd question. 23rd question. Solve x over x plus 1 is equal to 2 over 3. 2 over 3. Now there's equal sign. When you see an equal sign, you do the cross multiplication. 3 multiplied by x, 3x equal to, and you should multiply. Now see, this is a binomial expression. You see what you're going to do? Put the bracket. Multiply by x plus 1. 3x equal 2 times x, which is 2x, 2 times 1, which is 2. So you bring this 2x here. If you bring this 2x to the left hand side, this becomes minus is equal to 2. 3x minus 2x, you'll get the answer x is equal to 2. So that is the answer of the question number 23. Let's go for the question number 24. Question number 24. X over 7 plus 3 is equal to 15. Now see what you are going to do. Bring this plus 3 to this side. Bring this plus 3 to this side. X over 7 equal 15 minus 3. 15 minus 3, the answer is 12. The answer is 12. Now 7 is there. So what? Cross multiplication. X times 1 is x. 7 times 12, the answer is 84. This is the answer that they are expecting. 24th question is also done. Let's go for the 25th question. 3 over 5x, 3 over 5x minus 2 over 10x equal 1. Now Buddha, here it's a very simple question here. Now see, there is 10x in the denominator. So what you're going to do, multiply this by 2. Up and down, the numerator and the denominator. So what you're going to do, multiply it by 2. Minus 2 over 10x is equal to 1. 3 times 2 is 6, 5x times 2 is 10x, which is the common denominator, minus 2. Here's minus 2 is equal to 1. 6 minus 2, the answer is 4 over 10x. 4 over 10x, which is equal to 1. Okay? And what we are supposed to do here, do the butterfly method or else the cross multiplication. Again and again I'm telling you the method so that you grab that into your head directly. Okay, so 4 times 1, which is 4, is equal to 10x. And there's a 10 here. Can you see clearly? Divide it by 2, 10. 0, 0 cancel. So x is equal to 4 over 10. 4 over 10 you can cut by 2. 2 divided by 4 divided by 2, you get the answer 2. 10 divided by 2, you get the answer 5. So the final answer is 2 over 5. That is also done. Okay. Friends, we are about to move to the part B part of your question paper. So see, in the first two, three questions also they have given the man days, and in the part B also the teacher has started with a man days question, which is a very simple question. Let's read the question now. It takes 12 men 20 days to dig a canal. Okay, so it takes 12 men 20 days to dig a canal. Okay, dig a canal. Okay. After completing one-fifth of the task, another 4 men are assigned to the work. Okay. So what is the magnitude of the task in man days? Okay, the first question, easy question, we need to calculate the man days. We need to calculate the man days, which is 12 times 20. 12 men are there, 20 days are needed to complete this task. So the answer is 240 man days. Okay, this is done. Next one, Roman number 2. What is the magnitude of the remaining work in man days after completing one-fifth of the task? Okay, now see in the question, Buddha, clearly they are telling after completing one-fifth of the task. After completing one-fifth of the task. Now this is the complete task, no? Okay, out of this task, they have completed just one-fifth. So they are asking you the magnitude of the remaining work in man days after completing. The remaining. After completing one-fifth of the work, they are asking you the remaining. So let's find. First question is, now in the second question, what we are supposed to do is first find the magnitude of the work which was done. Okay, so this is 240. You are supposed to divide it by 5 to find what? To find the one-fifth task done. 1/5 task done. One-fifth of the task. So 240 you should divide by 5. If you divide 240 by 5, you'll get the answer 48 man days. This was the task which was completed. But in the question, they are not asking this one. They are asking the remaining task. So to find the remaining task, you should subtract 240 by 48. If you subtract this, Puta, you'll get the answer 192 man days. 192 man days. So you'll get the answer, which was the remaining task. Okay. So let's go for the next question now. Next question. How many days will the men take to complete the task? Now see, in the third question they're asking, how many days will the men take to complete the task? Now see, this is the remaining man days, no? But in the question, in the topmost part, they are telling another 4 men are assigned. Now previously there were 12 men. Now what has happened? You have what have you done? You have added some more people to this site. So you add 4 people. 12 plus 4, which is 16. New men join. New men is equal to 12 plus 4, which is 16 men. So for this only you are going to calculate the number of days. 16 multiplied by days. Because this is a man days type question. Now 16 into days is equal to 192. You divide by 16. So the number of days that you need to get, you can divide it. Let's divide and see whether we'll get the answer. Divide by 16. 16 times 1 is 16. 19 minus 16, which is 3. You bring this 2 here. 16 times 2, the answer is 0. So altogether, they take 12 days to complete the remaining task. Okay. Okay. If the daily wage of a worker is rupees 1,300, find the total amount of money needed to pay for all workers. Okay. Now this question. Now we take some work from a worker and we should pay them a salary, no? That is what they are asking and expected in the question number 4. Okay, now how to do this? Now see, uh, okay, so The daily wage of a worker is rupees 1,300. Find the total amount of money needed to pay for all workers. Now in this question, they're asking the amount that we should pay. Okay, before everything, Puta, before doing anything, first what you're gonna do is you should calculate the number of days it took to complete 1/5 of the task. Okay, 1/5 of the task is 48 man days. So we need to calculate the number of days it took to complete this 48 man days. Let's find that first. Uh, so man into days is equal to man into days is equal to this is 48. This is 48. You know the men which was used, which is 12 people. 12 people to number of days which is 48. You divide by 12. If you divide it by 12, you'll get the answer x is equal to 4 days. So altogether, Puta, 12 days and 4 days they had taken to complete this entire task. Uh, total days equal 12 plus 4. The answer is 16 days. Answer is 16 days. Okay, so that is also done. Let's go to the next fourth question. If the daily wage of a worker is rupees 1,300, find the total amount of money needed to pay for all workers. Okay. So for the first 4 days, only 12 people were there. Salary for first 4 days. There were only 12 people. 12. So per person are getting 1,300. 1,300 per day. And the balance was finished within 12 days, but they took how many people? 16 new men. Here 16. So salary for the remaining days, which is equal to 16 multiplied by what? The wage, which is 1,300. Okay. If you multiply this and this, we can do a small thing here. What you can do is you can add these two. Adding in the sense means this 12 and this 16 only you are adding. You are not adding these two, you are just adding the two numbers. 6 plus 2 is 8, 1 plus 1 is 2. 28, if you multiply by 1,300, you'll get the answer. Let's multiply and see. 28 times 13, 8 times 3, 24, 3 times 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8. 8 times 1, 8, 2 times 1, 2, 4. 8 plus 8, 16, 2 plus 1, 3. So the answer is 36400. Two zeros here. Make sure to put the two zeros. 36,400 rupees. You should pay as a salary as 36,400 to complete this entire task. Clear? Okay, let's go to the next question now. Question number 2. Number 2. Below is a table of how 60 employees of a private company get into the workplace. Mode of transportation: bus, walking, bicycle, other vehicles. Complete the table given above. Okay, that is what they're asking. Okay, so this is a pie chart question. Let's go to the question now. Question number 2. So they have given a table here. Transport mode is given. Angle is also given in the table, but it is not complete. So by bus is there, and then by walking, by motor bicycle, and the balance is other vehicle. Okay, so let's find the answer of each individual thing. Angle at center. This is 18 they have given, this is 12 they have given, this is blank, and this is 60 degree. Okay, so let's complete this. Below is a table of how 60 employees, they have given something. This is number of employees, The total number of employees in this whole question is 60. 60. Okay, they're asking you to complete the table. Okay, to complete the table, first in this part, the other vehicle, you need to find the number of employees. How to do that? Okay, so we have learned in the theory class to find the number of employees. Number of employees, there's an equation. I'll write the equation for you to revise, but we learned in the theory class. Number of employees in what? Traveled by other vehicle. Number of employees traveled by other vehicle. No. So I have taught you how to do this question. I have taught you a theory in the theory class, how to get the angle represented, the number represented in an angle. The number represented in the angle. So how to do that? So the other vehicle part, do you know the number of people who are traveling in another vehicle? You don't know, but you know the angle, right, which is 60. The angle divided by what is the angle of a total circle, which is 360, into number of total employees. This is the equation. Okay, this is the total equation. The number represented in the angle, is what? The number represented in the angle is 60 degrees. The angle is 60 degrees divided by 360 into the number of total employees, which is 60. They have clearly given in the question. Now you can see 0 0 cancels. 0 0 cancels. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. So 1 times 10, the answer is 10 employees who had traveled in the other vehicle form. Now you have the answer of this, this and this. You can get the answer of this by subtracting 60 by this. Now 18 plus 12, if you add, you'll get the answer 30. 18 plus 12, it's 30. And then 30 plus 10, it's 40. 60 minus 40, the answer is 20. That is also done. Now we are about to find the angles of each individual mode, bus, walking and motor bicycle. For that also, we have an equation. The equation is the number of employees in the mode divided by the number of employees in the mode of transportation divided by total employees multiplied by 360, which is the total angle in a circle. So let's find for the bus angle. So the number of employees in the mode of transportation, which is 18, the total number of employees is 60 multiplied by 3.